a very good evening. Me, Nur Hafizah with metric number GB230103 is one of the master students in UTHM. I am here today to discuss about my proposal research is a relationship between the web-based learning and digital literacy among vocational students in Malaysia. The use of website has become a very important component in the learning process due to the rapid development of the internet. The use of the internet in the teaching and learning process can transform the method of memorizing and remembering information to accessing, manipulating and generalizing information electronically, which can generate critical and innovative minds in line with the development of the education works nowadays. There are two variables in my research, which is web-based learning is for my independent variable and digital literacy is my dependent variable. The introduction of the research on the relationship between web-based learning and digital literacy among vocational class students in Malaysia provided an overview of the studies focused on its significance in addressing the integration of technology in vocational education. Web-based learning application can provide a variety of real examples to students by combining text, music, image, video, and animation. The combination of sounds and voice through the screen touch and a mouse movement can create an interesting learning experience. TVET has not been excluded from the technology explosion in teaching and learning. E-learning can assist learners in obtaining information. E-learning is a teaching and learning process that uses electronic network to deliver content, information, and service as a medium for interaction. The problem statement addresses the lack of digital literacy skills among students and the need for teachers to use new technological solutions in teaching. The research objective aimed to identify the acceptance of vocational students toward teaching and learning service through web-based learning. The research questions seeks to determine how technology and the internet affect the acquisition of knowledge among vocational students and identify different student perception toward web-based learning and digital literacy in teaching and learning methods. There are three problem statements. One is for students. Lack the digital literacy skills need to be competent and productive members of a digital society. Second is employees' behavior. The information and digital literacy play on the employees' perception in relation to usefulness and ease of use of digital technologies. Third is educator. The educator need teachers to use a new technological solution in teaching. There are three research objectives. First is to identify the acceptance of vocational students toward teaching and learning service through the use web online learning. Second is to identify how technology and the internet affect the acquisition of knowledge vocational students. Third is to identify the different student perception toward using based learning and digital literacy in teaching and learning method. Also have three research questions in my topic. First is how to identify the acceptance of vocational students toward teaching and learning service through the use of web online learning. Second is how to determine technology and the internet the acquisition of knowledge vocational students. Third is how to identify the different students' perception toward using web-based learning and digital literacy in teaching and learning method. It comes to teaching and learning, and in this case, remote learning in TVET, the internet is highly useful too. This kind of arrangement works really well for online education. Without adhering to schedules or attending specific classes, this approach allows students or people to take part in open and autonomous learning sessions at their own speed. The use of the web in distance learning is not limited to technical and vocational education. It has been observed that students struggle to focus and demonstrate interest in teaching-centered teaching and learning, particularly in smaller classes. These days, there are a lot of websites that serve a variety of purposes, including handling different activities, teaching, and disseminating information. Students are required to browse the website as part of the work-based learning approach in technical and vocational education, such as community college. For the purpose of developing multimedia applications through cognitive applications, student participation in the teaching and learning process is essential. This is process by which a student actively construct a new concept or information from previously acquired knowledge. This is due to the fact that students will engage with the website as it is being produced and gain comprehension of the material and association. Students may experience difficulties getting access to computers, technology, and the internet, particularly if they reside in rural areas. Students are unable to access any of the displays on a website due to poor internet access. Among those displays are images and movies. This has inadvertently restricted access to the educational materials being provided. Technological barriers include a very slow internet network, difficulty accessing e-learning, difficulty setting up equipment, and difficulty with software and computer maintenance or repair. Technology quality, a lack of the technology know-how and support, easy of use, technological change, and login issue are some examples of technological barriers. The measure of a developed website and software lack the application of moral values. Students using web-based learning have not been able to acquire powerful learning strategies such as basic note-taking in the absence of the facilitator teacher. These days, students struggle with issues related to character, behavior, performance, and achievement. Multimedia content has a greater and faster ability to shape the character development of the younger generation. This assertion is consistent with has described how software based on information technology in how having a greater influence on students' character and attitude development in parallel with the current global development. First variable is independent variable, which is a web-based learning. This is the variable that is manipulated or treated as the potential cause in the study. In this case, as interested in assessing the impact of web-based learning on vocational students in Malaysia. Second is dependent variable, which is digital learning. This is the variable that measuring and assessing for any changes. In the context of study, need to understand how participating in web-based learning influence the digital literacy skills in vocational students. Third is mediating variable, technology self-efficacy. This is explained that the process or mechanism through which the independent variable affect the dependent variable. In this case, technology self-efficacy could mediate the relationship between web-based learning and digital literacy. So, students will feel more confident in using technology, may be more likely to develop digital literacy skill. Fourth is moderating variable. For my topic is technology experience. Moderating variables influence the strength or directed of the relationship between the independent and the dependent variables. For example, students with significant prior technology experience may be less influenced by web-based learning in developing digital literacy compared to students with the little or no prior experience. Fifth is control variable. In this research, there are three variables. First is prior academic, which is performance. You may want to control for students to perform, ensure that any observed effect the web-based learning on digital literacy are not confounded by difference in academic achievement. Second is access to technology, which is control for student access to technology is important as varying level of access could impact both of web-based learning participant and digital literacy outcome. Third is English proficiency. If web-based learning involves material in English, student proficiency in the language could be control variable to ensure that any effect observed are not due to language barrier. It is critical to evaluate the significance of digital literacy skills for students' achievements outside of the classroom as education moves towards the usage of technology in the classroom. Digital technology proficiency is necessary for employment outside of the classroom. Instructors view research inquiries and ethical internet use as digital literacy abilities, whereas employers and students view soft skills as preparation for the workplace. According to Asians 2015, students who lack digital literacy will find it difficult to recognize and access information sources, making it difficult for them to select reliable websites and detect potential bias. Critical digital literacy skills are essential for guarantee accurate and reliable information as students depend more and more on the internet for life-changing information. Kodama Subramaniam, Sean John, Greeny Taylor, and Kodama 2017 emphasized that the importance of these competencies in health information. Research has demonstrated not only the significance of digital literacy skill and the need for specialized instruction to guarantee that students have a strong understanding base, but also the necessary for students to be able to apply their digital literacy knowledge and skill to any relevant experience. The methodology used in this research is quantitative. Research instruments in quantitative include survey and questionnaires. Research concerns are addressed through quantitative research, which employs statistical analysis and numerical data to derive conclusions and make judgment about a population or phenomenon. Data must be gathered and analyzed. A questionnaire was used as one of the research instruments. The primary tools used for data collection was the questionnaire that was given to the respondents. The questionnaire is prepared with the intention of gathering sufficient data related to the study's goal. In this research design, correlation research design is the suitable design that use. The research aims to determine whether there is a positive or negative correlation between the variables and the strength of the relationship. The data consists of vocational college students, and the data analysis involves correlation research to determine the acceptance of web-based learning among vocational students. The convenience sampling approach was followed in selecting the study's respondents. According to Criswell 2014, convenience sampling is a quantitative technique where participants are chosen by the researcher based on their availability and willingness to be examined. College Vocational Batu Pahat is the site of the study. There are 8 programs offered in this college vocational, which are Technology Automotive, Teknologi Elektrik, Teknologi Elektronik, Teknologi Kimpalan, Teknologi Pembinaan, Teknologi Pemesanan Industri, Teknologi Pemprosesan Kayu, dan Teknologi Penyejuk dan Penyaman Udara. With stratified or strata random sampling, 30 teachers and 355 numbers of students from different courses of SVM and DVM will be randomly selected to participate in pre-test and post-test design. In order to react to the study questions, analyses are performed on the data collected from the respondents. To get the frequency count and percentage, the questionnaire is analyzed using descriptive statistics. Correlation research design investigate relationship between variables without the researcher controlling or manipulating any of them. In order to complement the data and comprehend the entire study, demographic information of the respondents is also gathered. The static package for social science (SPSS) was used to collect the data. SPSS provides data analysis for descriptive and bivariate statistics, numeral outcome predictions, and predictions for identifying groups. In current study, students at College Vocational Batu Pahat, Johor are asked to consider the relationship between web-based learning and digital literacy. Two headings, namely web-based learning and digital literacy among students, can be used to summarize the study's findings. The study may help with these issues, and perhaps in the future, vocational students will be able to successfully transition to use technology in place of hands-on or practical learning experience. From the beginning to end, this chapter explains the specific steps and methodology used in this research process. Each action and technique have a rationale of its own, backed up by early studies. The researcher will adhere to all of the guidelines and instructions provided in this chapter to guarantee the research may be finished properly. Aside from that, according to the protocol and guarantee that the study's goals are accomplished.